Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to work on your super soil and Dear Mr. Lyle main idea cut and sort. We will also be doing your context clues and making inferences page. So, just like the other ones we've done, they give us two main ideas and we have to fill in the supporting details. So for super soil, it says there are many different types of soil that can be changed through weathering and erosion. Okay, so let's see, for this one, and for this one, Nigel wrote to the mayor of his town explaining how weathering and erosion was damaging the playground at the park. Sure. Okay, so now, whatever we put down here that goes with these, we have to be able to match them. So this first one says there are many different types of soil. Well, where did I read that there were many different types of soil? I think I read that in both. But look at this main idea. It's saying weathering and erosion. Does that have to do with different types of soil? Or up here it says different types of soil. So I know exactly where that one needs to go because it's written right in my main idea. Okay. The next one says, as a mayor of our town, I would love for you to devise or create a plan to make our park safer to play. Well, this one says mayor, okay, and it's talking directly to the mayor. Okay. I am a student at Justice Elementary, so we know that one is from Dear Mr. Lyle. But look at this up here. It says Nigel wrote the mayor of the town explaining how weathering and erosion was damaging the playground at the park. It doesn't mention anything about the elementary, so we're just going to hold off on that one for a minute. The next one says, over time, wind and water have broken down the soil under the playground equipment. This one talks about the playground, so that definitely supports our main idea there. Okay, now we have got two more here. So, or sorry, four more here. Soil is a mixture of water, air, rocks, and parts of dead plants and animals. Okay, so we know that one comes from this, but when we're looking at this, it says there are many different types of soils that can change through weathering and erosion. It's not talking about the types of soil. It's not talking about weathering or erosion. So we're just going to wait on that one for a minute. This one says weathering is one way soil can change. Okay. This one is my one that talks about weathering. So we're going to have that. Erosion is when soil is moved to another place. Okay, so now we have talked about the type of soil, so weathering and erosion. We've hit on all of them for that. So we can support our main idea. So now, when pieces of soil are carried away, we call this erosion. Okay, and that comes directly from the letter to Mr. Lyle, and it's supporting our main idea because it talks about erosion. So we have three for each main idea. Nice job. You guys did good on that. Okay. So my next one say we're doing context clues. So my directions say context clues are hints from the text the reader can use to decide what words mean. To look for hints, readers should use pictures, definitions, synonyms, antonyms, or word parts they know. Find the meaning of the words listed below by using clues from both passages. Okay, so my first one, remember, we went and we highlighted all of these when we read it. So you know exactly where to go in your story. So natural resources says soil is an important natural resource. Okay, but here's the thing. There's another place where it tells us natural resource. It tells us in the glossary. Natural resource, a material found in nature used by plants and animals. So, oh, I messed up. A material found in nature used by plants and animals. Okay, so over here, I want you to put it in your own words. It says, I think this word means. So what do you think natural resource means? And then our next word is habitat. So it says it also serves as a habitat or home. So my clue from the text is that word home. So what do you think a habitat is? You put it in your own words right over here. Okay, occur. So let's go. It says, what changes soil? So we're in the third paragraph. And it says changes occur or happen to soil over time. Okay, so I'm going to type that whole sentence. So based on that sentence, what do I think the word occur means? I'm going to write that in this box. I can't wait to check yours out. I'm sure that you're doing fantastic. Okay, so our next word is weathering. Um, and so, again, I'm going to write that sentence. Weathering happens when pieces of the Earth's surface, such as soil, and rock, are broken down. Okay? Now, this tells you what weathering is. Okay? It's when they break things down, but I need you to put it in your own words in this box. Okay, and then erosion. And we're going to type this whole sentence. Erosion is when soil is moved to another place. Okay, put that in your own words in this box. Now, we have two words that are in Dear Mr. Lyle. So the first one says provide. Okay, when we found provide, it said if our city would provide more soil for the playground, it would be a much safer place for children to play. So we're going to go ahead and do that sentence. Our city would provide more soil for the playground. Children like me to play. Okay, now we have the word provide here, okay? What is a word that we could put in there for provide? It might mean the same thing. Okay, put that over here in this box. And in our last one, we have divide. Okay, and the sentence says, I would love for you to devise or create a plan. So it tells us right there what it means, create. But put that in your own words. If you could create a plan to make our park a safer place to play. Oh, almost done, guys. The last page. We're talking about making inferences. Now, there's not a whole lot I can help you with on this page, but I am going to read it to you. So, the directions say, use hints and clues the author gives you in both passages to make inferences. Use what is in the text and your schema, which is what you already know, what you already know in your brain, that big backpack full stuff, to make an inference. Use the example below to help you. So, this is something the text says. For example, as waves crash against a surface, pieces of soil can be broken apart. So this is something that we just know in our brains. We've seen pictures or we visited the beach. says houses on the beach are not usually built right beside the water. So the inference that we can make from that is weathering can cause harm to your house built at the beach, so they should be built away from the water. Okay? See how we paired that with something we already know? So this one, what the text says. The text says sand does not hold many nutrients. Therefore, there are not many plants that can grow in the sand. So what is something you know about sand and plants? Okay. And then I'm going to make an inference from that. Like I could say, I know there are not many plants in the desert. So my inference would be that the sand in the desert makes it hard for plants to grow. Okay, let's go on to the next one. What the text says. As mayor of our town, I would love for you to devise or create a plan to make our park a safer place to play. So what do I already know about it? I know that parks need to be a safe place to play so kids don't get hurt. So my inference is the mayor should fix the park so it is safe for children. Okay, this last one you're going to do all on your own. The playground equipment is now very high off the ground. So what do I know? You've been playing on playgrounds for years, so tell me, what do we know about the equipment that's high off the ground, and what is your input? Okay, when you are done with that, make sure to turn it in to Mrs. McNabb. Either have your parents take the packet into school or submit your answers